Hi, all. Earthly Wise Woman here. I want to wish everybody a happy new year. And may all your new year wishes or resolutions come true. You know, hopefully you stick with them and, don't get too discouraged because I know they say, according to statistics, most people cannot finish their New Year's resolutions to the full year. Most people last about 30 days and kind of conk out. And, hopefully all of you, even you magical practitioners, please be realistic about your resolutions. Don't make something that's so over the top that it makes it a little hard on, to be attainable. Don't wish to lose 100 pounds. It would be better to wish to lose maybe 20 pounds, okay? Keep it real, and more than likely, it'll be attainable. But who knows? Once you lose 20, maybe 100 is attainable, and that is very doable. Anyway, I'm not even on the subject. I'm so off subject. Today, I want to talk to you about vaginal candles. And I have one here. This is a vaginal candle. As you can see, it is of a woman's vagina. That is the shape of the candle. It's just a very simple candle. And it's about maybe 5.5 to 6 inches tall. This one is. There are many different types. And I want to go into when, why, who would use a candle like this. Now, there are different traditions when it comes to red. All right. Some people believe in some traditions magically that red is for healing because red blood is red and therefore it's for healing. Okay. And this candle can be used for that if the practitioner follows that type of a tradition. Okay. Now, my personal take on the red vaginal candle is for passion, okay? Passion and lust. A few years ago, when I was a much more feistier, I guess you could say, much more mm, hornier witch, I dressed this candle for myself. And what I did was I wanted to be alluring to men. I wanted my vaginal area to be almost addictive, to call to them. So what I did was on the lips of the candle, I dressed the lips with cinnamon oil, which is hot and fiery, because that's the type of energy I wanted to shoot out to the opposite sex. Okay. And I also rub the whole other area with Venus oil, or yeah, Venus oil is what there's another word I'm thinking, but Aphrodite, that's the other word, Aphrodite oil, to still make myself alluring and sexually desirable to males. Okay, and the spell worked. But as life goes on and you get a little older and a little wiser, you realize that sex is wonderful, sex is swell, sex is good, but sex is like candy. Too much of a good thing can get you a little sick. So I cast another spell to basically dissipate the spell that I had previously cast and decided to take a longer look at love and lust and what I really wanted for myself. Now, you can get this candle in other colors. The candle can come in white. It also comes in black. Rarely, I have found this candle also in brown. Okay, and I even bought the brown candle. I've not used it yet, but I have brought it in brown. It's very earthy. Um, and I have not used it because I have no need for it yet. But I will tell a woman one of the reasons why you would use it in black. Black can be for banishing. So that can also be for healing, to banish something that you may have caught, to banish a lover from desiring you, or to banish all men. Now, I know it sounds crazy. Who would want to banish all men by burning a black candle, vaginal candle? Well, I'm going to put this one down right now. One of the reasons why I personally did cast a black banishing spell upon my vaginal areas was because I was getting a little too off balance in my spiritual life. I was so much into partying and sex because most of us pagans know that since we don't have the conventional, hoopla of Christianity on our shoulders, we are much more liberal minded and much more freer with our sexuality. However, too much of a good thing, as I said before, is not healthy. So at that particular time, I then decided I needed to pull back and I needed to focus on my spirituality a lot more than just sex. And that's what I did. Um, it was a good thing at the time. And that was probably about maybe 12 years ago that I did that spell. Now, as time has gone on, I am not a prude. I do want to state that. But I have learned that sex has its place. And what I mean by that is there are times when, as a practitioner, you're going to want to have sex. It's natural, it's normal. So don't dismiss that. But too much of anything. So you're going to want to have to find that balance because there are certain times as a practitioner, you're going to want to stay away from sex because you need to get your headspace together, because you need to figure out some things in your life and you need to figure out where sex fits in. If you are, I would tell a person who is a practitioner who wants to say find a partner, um, to for the moment stay away from sex and focus on what it is spiritually you would like in a person. This has nothing to do with heterosexual or homosexual. This has to do with just partnerships. I would stay away from sex till you figure out what it is you really want, because like all things, sex is great, but it is candy. And you cannot make a meal on candy. You need substance. And now that I'm an older witch, and I like to think I'm wiser. I mean, yes, my calling card is earthy wise woman. That doesn't always mean I've made all the wisest choices. I like to believe now I'm making better ones. But I would tell a person, remember what balance is. We always think of balance as just steady. I'm steady. But balance is not that. Steady is it's like this. Just so long as you don't go like that. It's just keeping, literally like on the wave of the water. You're rocking a little, you're just not sinking, and you don't want to sink. Um, Magically speaking, vaginal candles are wonderful for a woman to get in touch with her inner woman. This candle has also been used for Dianics, that is a tradition, who want to touch and tap on Lilith energy. Okay, Lilith energy is much more fiery, much more passionate. Lilith is sexual, very sexual actually, but she's also the woman in charge. She's the woman who won't take crap off of any man at all, okay? I wouldn't call her a man hater. Some people would. Um, some people say that Lilith is almost like the siren who draws men down to their deaths, who is the stealer of their sperm in their sleep. She comes and she steals men's sperm. And some of you who don't know who Lilith was, let's get to the history of Lilith. Lilith was the first wife of Adam. Before there was Eve, there was Lilith. Now, the reason why Adam did not want Lilith was because Lilith was made equal to Adam in creation. She was not made from a rib. She was made the same exact way Adam was. So she was Adam's equal. And during the course of having sex with Adam, she refused to be topped by Adam. She was always on top of Adam. She did Adam, in other words. She wasn't going to be below him. She was above him. And Adam did not like that, and he complained, uh, according to the folklore, to God, and God cast um, Lilith out of the Garden of Eden. But Lilith was so evil and so wild that even hell couldn't hold her. So she walked the earth, stealing men's sperm, the woman in charge. And sometimes Lilith energy is very, very potent energy and needed. And so that's one of the reasons why the vaginal candle has been burned. Okay? Now, um, it has been burned. A lot of times women burn the red version of this candle in order to be more of an attractive lover to their spouse or their partner, to be desired more by them, to be craved, as I burned it for that reason. So keep that in mind. It can be burned for that, and it is very good. So that's one way, one candle, a Lilith candle. And didn't bring my other candles that I wanted to. I don't want to step away from my camera right now. I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to make a quick, call because I think I need to say this for all the men out there. Okay, we are in an age now where women are more or less more coming into their own energy. You know, we are women, we are powerful, we are feeling our energy, we are feeling the energy of Mother Goddess come to us. And it has been, for me as a woman, this has been a very reassuring time. It's been wonderful. But I'm looking over at some of my brothers, my male counterparts, and I'm like, ooh, this may not be really great for them in some cases because we've been doing in the tabloids and the news and in our basic society and whole, a lot of men bashing. Okay, I have nothing against the Me Too um, movement because I can understand why it came about. You know, because we have gone so far in our society where women were second class citizens and women were being put down and we were being subjugated and we were being the subjects of objectifying so that we are now breaking out of that. Now the reason why I say we're doing a lot of men bashing is because I'm seeing the younger men come along and a lot of them don't know their place in society anymore because a lot of men, we have taken away some of their, maybe a lot of their godads. Okay, 70% of all, most people don't know this. I'm going to get into statistics. 70% of all suicides are men. Okay, 70% or 80% of all workplace fatalities are male. Men work the most dangerous jobs of all. Okay. Um, Also, we have to think about it like this. Women, we have fought so long for Roe v. Wade, where we to have rights over our own bodies, to have rights when it comes to if we choose to have an abortion, if we choose not to have an abortion. Personally, I feel that is my choice, and no one has the right to tell me one way or the other. But now, a few men have made a point that I can't even ignore, where um, few people I know have gotten into situations where they were tricked into fathering children and then forced to pay child support. And my answer, my word to them was, well, dude, wear a condom and you wouldn't be placed in that situation. And their answer was, well, yeah, well, she told me she was going to do this and she told me she wanted a child, but she didn't want me to be a part of it. And she just wanted my sperm. So I gave her my sperm, but now she's suing me for child support. And I have no say. And I'm like, wow, that's rough. So I'm just going to say it. I don't want to be, you know, getting any haters like, how dare you say that? Men out there in the world, I'm going to tell you something. If you should find yourself in a situation where a woman tells you something like that, like, I want your sperm, but no, you're not going to be responsible for the child. It will all be on me. I'm going to make a suggestion to you guys. Get it in writing. That's right. Get it in writing. It's unromantic. Yes, I admit that. It seems like it will take all the fun out of it. I don't believe it will. It'll make both parties responsible, and we need to be responsible, okay? So people, let's just be more responsible in our choices and what we decide to be, because here's the thing. If we do decide to make children, realize the fact it should be a choice between both partners and not just one person saying, well, I want to have a baby and I'll just use his sperm and he has no say. He does have a say, okay? So women, let us be aware, guys do have a say over that. And if we do want to have a baby with a man, but we do not want to be with the man, let us be honest enough to tell him. Tell him in advance. Tell him before we have sex. Tell him so that they can make a choice, and they should have a choice. Okay, so let's just be aware of that. And now that we're entering the year 2020, the significance of what that means is phenomenal. All right. I'm not saying that I see the end of the world, but I do see a shift in the world. We are having a spiritual shift. People are becoming much more aware, and people are becoming much more awake. So everybody out there who politically are beginning to see things, are beginning to question, who are beginning to see the man behind the curtain, don't act like you don't see it, because you do. And it is real. Okay? And I'm just going to say it like this: the number 17 is real. Okay? So don't dismiss it like it's not real. It is real. Okay? What you think isn't real, what you thought was fantasy, what you felt was not, oh, that's cute in the books, oh, that's cute, and oh, but that's not real. It's real. I'm going to say this, and I know a lot of people are going to laugh at me and dismiss my words. Aliens are real. They are among us. All right? Aliens are real. They are among us. People do know that they're real. People are aware that they're among us. And the more that they become aware, the more they're going to try to make you believe that they're not real, but they are. And within you, you know they are. All right? You have been here before on this life. You're not the first time. This isn't your first rodeo. For all of you who have this deja vu feeling, it's real because you are waking up. So, for all of you who are waking up, believe it. All right? Believe it. Don't dismiss it. You know, there are people out there who really do want to harm us. There are people out there who basically want to kill us. Okay? And if you don't believe that, and if you don't address that within yourself, you're going to be one of the sheep. Don't be a sheep. I'm not telling you to be a wolf, but don't be a sheep. I would suggest you be more like the sheepdog. Be gentle, be loving, but be very aware. If you have to pounce, be willing to pounce, but realize the fact that the only thing that happens to a sheep is that they are slaughtered. So don't be a sheep. In 2020, we're going to see a lot of things that we didn't expect, but some of us are aware that it's going to happen. Politically, governments, world governments, a lot of them are going to have a lot of shakeups. We're going to see a lot of that. And according to all the readings I've done, there is a great awakening happening. And once you are awake, you cannot go back to sleep. That's why I keep saying the number 17 is real. And it keeps coming up in all my cards. All right, the number 17 keeps coming up and coming up and coming up, and a lot of people are like, well, what's 17? What's 17? Those of you who know what 17 is, pass on the word, okay? Pass it along. So all of you, stay awake, don't close your eyes, know what you know, and have faith in what you know, and believe. Question everything. Don't take nothing from this government or any government on face value. Because best believe the only thing they don't want anybody to be awake. But once you are, you can't go back to sleep, and it's your responsibility to stay awake. So keep that in mind, okay? This is Earthy Wise Woman. I'm wishing everybody a happy new year, a safe new year, and an awake new year. And all in all, you guys are going to have a good year. Believe, put faith in yourself, touch Mother Earth, and have faith in her. And the Goddess is with us all. And I'm going to end this now with a blessed be. Y'all take care of yourself.